Horizon Jazz, one reaction. This is Japanese Folktales, Tale of the Nine-Tailed Fox. Tamamo no Mae Seduces the Powerful by the channel Linfamy. Yeah, this is the new channel. I don't know. I remember somebody saying that I should react to this. This is a great channel about mythologies and Japanese mythologies in general. So yeah, Tale of the Nine-Tailed Fox, Tale of the Tamamo no Mae. Yes, Kyubi. I don't know what that means. But yeah, Japanese mythologies are, sometimes grim and dark. More like I reacted to some from Oli Sarcastic production. And I remember watching some, Japanese urban legends and things like that. Remember watching videos about that a long time ago. There's so many urban legends and, some bad events that happen. So Japanese mythology is really dark sometimes like that, about evil entities and things like that. But yeah, that means the Japanese mythologies are really deep. Folk tales are really deep and vast. So it's going to be fun. Remember people, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe so I know which type of videos to react to more. Check out other reaction Sunday, there's a link in the description. Check out the cars of different playlists, check out the end cards, and yeah, let's watch it.
A husband and wife were walking in the woods when they found a baby on the ground. Being staunch opponents of leaving babies on the ground, they took in the child and raised her as their own. As the child grew up, they realized that she was special. She had a sharp wit and read books like a pro. She was so good that she was allowed to read poetry in front of the emperor. He immediately took a liking to her and made her a servant in his court, because that's what emperors do when they like you, they make you their servant. Her name was Tamamo no Mae. She grew up to be a smart and beautiful maiden, able to charm anyone.
That fucked up time of emperors, right? Where the best thing that could happen to you is becoming a servant or concubine or whatever of the emperor.
Her courts adored her. Mothers compared their kids to her. When the scholars in court tested her knowledge, she could answer all their questions. The emperor was entranced and spent all his free time with Tamamo no Mae. Finally, the old dog
Okay, what was her age at the time? Yeah, let's not go there.
Made her his consort. They were inseparable. It was sweet, but soon trouble appeared in paradise. The emperor fell ill. He became sicker, and the doctors were stumped. It became so bad that the emperor could no longer get out of bed. The strange thing was, his beloved consort didn't seem all that sad. In fact, she didn't seem all that worried at all. Since the doctors were useless, the court took the next logical step. They brought in a famous sorcerer. The sorcerer performed a sorceress ritual to diagnose the problem. After the ritual, the sorcerer declared that the emperor was cursed by a bad spirit. They needed to pray the curse away. So the court summoned a priest from across the land to pray at the palace.
Prayer party.
But the emperor continued to waste away. The court then pleaded with the sorcerer to figure out the problem. He agreed and performed a super sorceress ritual with twice the sorcery this time. When he finished, he made a shocking declaration. The culprit was none other than the emperor's dear consort, Tamamo no Mae. She was killing him through magic.
No.
The emperor and everyone else refused to believe this. How could someone so beautiful be so evil? They asked with wisdom. After executing the biggest eye roll in the world.
Yeah, because we all know that looks is what matters, right? Looks decide how a person's character is.
Sorcerer proposed a test. He would perform a powerful, holy ritual and make Tamamo no Mae participate. An evil spirit would not be able to take part in such a holy ritual. Tamamo no Mae tried to get out of it, but the courts convinced her to participate. At first, it was going well. She didn't burst into evil maiden blood flames or anything. But then something curious happened. A tail popped out of her behind. That's weird, people thought. And then another tail appeared, and another. Until finally the adorable young lady morphed into an adorably evil nine-tailed fox. It turned out the fox was sucking the life out of the emperor. Caught red-pawed, the foxy lady jumped out the window and took off. The emperor was heartbroken, so he ordered 2 warriors to set out with an army to murder.
Alright, damn. So, okay, first of all, did she knew that she's nine-tailed fox? Because it feels like, she was a kid who was abandoned, so she doesn't know her origin, obviously. Some people adopted her. Then emperor saw, oh, look at that, isn't that cute? I will have that. And that just took her. Basically, she has no say in the matter because that's an emperor. But that's a fucked up matter, let's not discuss that. I don't even know what her age was when the emperor said, okay, you know what, you're gonna be, what, he married her or something like that. I don't know, consort or whatever. So yeah, but did she knew that she is this nine-tailed fox? Because if she didn't know, it's just fucked up. I mean, you can't help it what you are, right? I mean, you can't really be evil if you don't even know who you are. Branding somebody evil just because they are different is just weird. But yeah, let's watch this one.
Tamamo no Mae. The warriors had a pretty hard time with it. She kept outsmarting them and escaping. But one day they finally pierced her neck with an arrow, killing her. When she died, her spirit entered a boulder. It became known as Seisho Seki, or the Killing Stone, because it killed anyone who touched it.
Damn.
Much later, a nice monk came to the Killing Stone. He had heard of her, but
okay, wait a minute. So is that a stone like that today who somebody touches and that kills them? I highly doubt that.
wanted to hear her side of the story. And so Tamamo no Mae poured her heart out to the monk. My dear monk, when my adopted parents found me in the woods, I was already cursed to be a nine-tailed fox. It was likely why my previous parents abandoned me. I loved my new parents and they loved me. But one day, my father was framed for treason and exiled by the court. It led to his death. Crushed by grief and thoughts of vengeance, I gave in to the fox within. The things I've done, the people I've killed, I regret it terribly. Please, merciful monk, unbind me from this stone and let my spirit enter the heavens. The monk was moved by her story.
Ah, alright, so she knew that she's a fox about this time, but it's like her adopted father died, I think. Yeah, because she didn't know her original parents. They gave her up because they realized that this is somehow, foxtail spirit or something like that. But the adopted parents, the father got exiled and died in the process, so she seeked revenge on the court. That's why she went after the emperor there. Alright, so she knew that she is this foxtail thing, and she knew what she was doing by hurting the emperor. But then again, she was doing that to avenge her father, right? So it's more of a revenge story. So branding just that evil just feels weird.
And granted her wish. He released her spirit into the sky. Tamamo no Mae is one of the most famous figures in Japanese mythology. She shows up in plays, books, movies, everywhere. Being a nine-tailed fox, she is super powerful and is known for being a power-hungry trickster. She's on the list of the 3 most evil yokai of Japan. Yokai are basically monsters, spirits, or demons.
Wait a minute, Emperor Sutoku? That was some kind of a spirit?
There are many different stories involving Tamamo no Mae. They usually involve her seducing the ruler of some kingdom and making them do terrible things, often resulting in the downfall of their kingdoms. She supposedly did this to 2 Chinese dynasties. The reason she's on the 3 most evil yokai list is this. The emperor that she seduced was Emperor Toba, who ruled during the Heian period.
Alright, first of all, wait a minute. Isn't this story just one specific instance about one emperor? Then, they hunt her down. Her spirit goes into some kind of a rock. Then a monk releases her and she goes away into the heaven or whatever. When did she did the same things to other emperors? And why? Story goes that, she was seeking revenge for her father. So, she's this one of the top 3 evil spirits. It feels weird. Like, evil, why? Because she's different. I mean, she's nine-tailed fox and is powerful, so that means she's evil. Is that how the mentality goes around that time? Because so far, it feels to me as a revenge factor. Like, she didn't choose to become nine-tailed fox, right? Then, her father got exiled and died, so she became, depressed and basically seeked revenge. And that's why she went after the emperor. This is all understandable in the end. But what makes her completely evil? Evil implies that she did this out of evilness, not out of revenge or something. But then the story goes like she did that to many emperors when that happened.
He had already retired by the time Tamamo no Mae was killed. Soon after she died, the retired emperor also died. Not only that, his son, the reigning emperor at the time, died as well. It is said that Tamamo no Mae was responsible for these deaths.
Yeah, just
her revenge
put everything on
caused
her.
a succession dispute that eventually led to the momentous Genpei War, a war that forever shattered the power of the emperor and ushered in the era of the shogun in Japan. Hey y'all, I'll have some more
That's all
Japanese
our fault.
folktales for you in the coming weeks. This topic was actually chosen by patrons over on my Patreon page. I have a link below. It'll mean the world to me if you hop on over there and consider dropping a few bucks a month to keep the channel running. I also have a PayPal link set up if you want to give a one-time donation. Much love, guys. Now get out there and spread the knowledge.
Yeah, so I don't understand this because the story feels really contained, right? There's a birth point where she was a baby, and there's the end point where monk releases her spirit and she goes away into the heaven. And during those times, she's only affected one emperor. When she did all those things to other emperors, or when her spirit released, she affected other emperors. Is that what it is? Like she gave into her inner fox, so she's just now evil because she gave into that. Is that it? The being nine-tailed fox just means that you're gonna be evil. Is that how it is? I don't know. Alright, well, that was Japanese Folktales, Tale of the Nine-Tailed Fox by the channel Linfamy. If you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe, so I know which type of videos to react to more, and so if I know if I should react to this channel or not. And comment down if you want to react to any other video, and I'll see you next time.